So I'm assuming that this is the first thin section of rock that you've ever seen, and so I'm going to give the first video a bit more explanation. So the plain polarized light, the PPL, is on the left, which is the one polarized filter, and the cross-polarized, the XP, is on the right, and that has a second polarized film. So one's underneath and one's above. And so what I'm doing here is I'm constantly rotating them on both the left and right hand sides, and sometimes I'll freeze it at the very end to talk about something. So with optical mineralogy, it's helpful to have both the PPL and the XP, plain polarized light and cross polarized, for enough diagnostic features so you can be confident of what the mineral is. Sometimes a feature is so distinctive it's enough, and sometimes you'll just need more features or filters, which will probably go beyond high school level. All right, so the first sample here is limestone made of calcite crystals. Now the characteristics here we are looking at is under PPL, is whether it changes colors or not. Now this is called pleochronism, and calcium carbonate does not show any of that, so it's just staying the same color as I'm rotating. That's the filter. And the other PPL feature to take note of is something called relief, and that means you can just simply see the edges of the crystals, and here you can see thin black lines, and so that's regarded as very visible, and so that's called high relief. Now looking at the right hand side, the XP with two filters, the main feature for calcium carbonate is the fuzzy texture of the grains. And so that's how that's when we'll call it calcium carbonate. There's meant to be high order colors, which is really sort of the reds and maybe a rainbow effect. And otherwise it's just a low order if it's just like the browns or grays and maybe a little bit of blues. And when zooming in, you can actually see part of it does have a rainbow effect. And you can even see the rhomboid cleavage. Cleavage is very difficult to see because you have to cut the crystal at the very end. And that's very specific. There's a higher probability you've cut it everywhere else on every other angle besides just straight end on. So we don't use, when I'm using cleavage planes in this video, although it will be, it's in video 1, you could see all the numbers listed there. You might be lucky enough to see one. A second calcium carbonate sample we're looking at here is a limestone made of fossilized shells. So in this case, the calcium carbonate's not in crystal form, and so that's an exception to these rules here. There's no relief, and that's why. And it is still colorless but it still shows the diagnostic fuzzy texture. And so this one's a bit of an exception to the rules. It's a fossil. We don't see any high order colors. Looks like the fossil itself probably has a little bit of silica quartz infill, which is on the next video. And because there's calcium carbonate in the quartz video, I put this one before quartz. I was wondering, I was sort of arguing whether the quartz one would make more sense to go first. And so I'm going to say for more detail for all of these videos, so for the limestone, Professor Matt Cohn is a distinguished geology professor, and he's put all these videos up on YouTube. So I'll put a link in the description to the carbonate tutorial in this video. And so you can go into a little bit more depth. This is for university students. I'm trying to bridge the gap and make this more for junior science. And so go to there if you want to go a little bit more deeper into carbonate minerals.